Hello Year 5s and welcome to your PSHE and citizenship lesson on money matters. Today we are going to be looking at critical consumers and what it means. The aim of today's lesson is to understand how retailers try to influence our spending, and your success criteria is I can explain some of the ways retailers try to influence our spending, and I can discuss how to be a critical consumer. Let's have a look at some of the big questions we are going to be examining today. How do manufacturers and retailers try to influence the way we spend our money? Just before we begin, let's go over some key vocabulary. Manufacturers means people or a company that makes the goods they try and sell to you, and retailers are the shops or the company selling you the items. The second question, how can we be critical consumers? Well, first of all, we need to think about what does that actually mean. A consumer is a person who buys something, and to be critical means to think carefully about the product you are buying. That might mean whether you need it, where it was made from, what is its environmental impact. For example, if you buy a t-shirt from China, you have to pay for that item to be shipped or flown over half of the world to get to you, whereas if you bought the same item that was made in the UK, it would be a lot more environmentally friendly. All of these considerations mean you are a critical consumer, thinking carefully before you purchase something. So let's have a look at our first advert. We want your money. We've got a picture here, an advert for Speed's trainers. £59.99, elastic laces for convenience, bouncy rubber toes for super speed, super cushion soles for great comfort, a brilliant choice for comfort, run faster than competitors. Let's have a look at the questions. What is this advert trying to do? Pause this video if you need an extra minute to think about the answer. How does it try to influence you? Look at the advert. Look at your experience of things you've done in your English lessons to try and persuade people or persuade an audience. What kind of techniques can you see is happening in this picture that you could recognise? And finally, why is it trying to do this? Now, let's compare two adverts for similar products. These two advertisements are for a similar product. Talk to your partner about the following. Now, obviously, you might be doing this work alone. If you are with someone, have a discussion with it and pause the video. But if not, just have a look at the questions and see if you could come up with your own answers. Which would you choose to spend your money on? Would it be advert A on the left or advert B on the right? Why? How does the advertisement influence your spending? Now, most of us might be attracted to the advert on the left more. In actual fact, the trainers are identical. But when you look at adverts and how they gain your interest, the advert on the left appeals to the majority of people more. Remember that when we choose a product, other similar products are available and may even be better. Adverts try to influence our spending by convincing us to have their product. Remember to think about why they are doing this. We have looked at the way advertising can influence our spending, but the retailers influence with offers too. Now let's compare two more adverts for similar products. We've got a hoodie in green on the left and a hoodie in blue on the right. On the left it says, get this fashionable hoodie, direct from the store to your door, only $29.99. On the right, I see the word free, so I'm thinking, hey, that looks like a much better deal. Let's read it a bit more carefully. Direct from the store to your door. Same as the green one. Yours completely free. Brilliant. If you order by midnight. Well, that definitely sounds like a deal, but hang on. Can you see that tiny asterisk by the last capital E? Underneath, in brackets, in tiny writing, it says, when you spend £50 on full-priced items on the website. Suddenly, that doesn't seem like such a great deal. Quite often in adverts, you will see gimmicks like this to try and persuade us. So these two adverts are for a similar product. Which would you choose to spend your money on? Why? How do the offers try to influence your spending? If you chose the green one, you might say, well, it costs a bit more money. That one was free. However, I only want one hoodie. I don't want anything else. And I don't want to spend £50 or more in store to get that one for free. However, if you want to buy extra purchases, this might be the better deal. So manufacturers and retailers try to influence our spending in many ways. There may even be hidden costs with some products. It is so important to see these hidden costs, and we'll work out how much the products will actually cost you. To be critical consumers, we must be aware of this so we can make sure we get the best deal available. As you get more of your own spending money, you are going to have to really make sure you make these decisions for yourselves by becoming critical consumers. So, which deal most appeals? We are now going to compare advertisements. You will be given a pack of adverts. Within the pack there are two adverts which are for a similar product. It says match the two similar advertisements and work as a group to compare them as a critical consumer. Remember to look beyond the advertising techniques and look at the actual cost of the product and record which you think is actually the better deal. Now, obviously, you are probably going to be working at home alone at this moment, so you are not going to be able to work with a partner or in small groups. I'm going to show you these two adverts. They are one for a phone, one for a bike. However, the writing and the blurb that comes with it is slightly different. I want you to spend 1 minute on each picture and decide which one you would prefer. Let's read A together. Get the latest in mobile technology with this award-winning phone. A high resolution camera and fast charging facility sets it way apart from its competitors. Yours for just £500. Seems like a pretty good deal. This fantastic Wi-Fi enabled mobile phone includes a high resolution camera, touch ID and voice recognition features. Get unlimited minutes and texts and 5 MB of data for just £35 a month for 24 months. Pause the video and just decide if you are going to choose one of these based on the advert, which one would appeal to you more. Start the video again when you've made your decision. Okay, let's look at the next one. Two identical bikes. Let's have a look at the language used. Ride away the newest model from Speedway for just £250. Ride away the newest model from Speedway for just £60 a month. And you've got the asterisk. Let's have a look at the extra information for 10 months. Okay, pause the video again. Decide which advert you think is going to win you over. So let's consolidate and reflect on what we've learnt. Using your knowledge from the sorting activity, choose one of the pairs of products and record your comparison on the activity sheet given to you. Now, in a minute, you will either be able to do this without the sheet, just using a piece of paper and a pen, or you will have printed off the activity sheet that you can find on the Home Learning HJS website. If you need to do that, pause the video now. Try to include as much detail as possible about the following things: the actual cost of the product, the benefits of this product over its competitor, any ongoing payment that would be needed. Start your paragraph with, to be a critical consumer, we need to understand. Try to use all of these words in your answer. Money, manufacturer, retailer, advertise, influence and critical consumer. If you can't remember what all of these words mean, pause the video to look them up on Google or to use a dictionary. So I'm going to give you a new comparison. Both of the items for sale are identical, but the blurb is different. Stream the latest movies to your TV, computer or tablet free of charge. Oh, there's an asterisk there. Let's have a look at the extra information. When you subscribe for a year at the cost of $3.99 a month. However, this one says, want to watch the latest movie releases on your tablet, computer or TV? Find them all here, just £4 per viewing. Now, you can either write this on a sheet or write it on the printed copy that you got from the HTS website that will look like this. It says, choose 2 of the product comparison cards. You are going to either use these 2 or the 2 that you looked at before, which is either the mobile phone or the bike. And it says, write or draw the details of each product in the boxes below. Next, write a short paragraph to explain why a critical consumer would choose one over the other. Make sure that you try to include all those key words that we looked at on the slide before. Pause this video here until you've completed this activity. Okay, we are on to reflecting. How to be a critical consumer. Working with your partner, we are now going to compile a list of all the things you think are important when trying to be a critical consumer. Unfortunately, we're not going to do this because you will not be working with a partner unless you have somebody with you at home today. Here are some examples of things you might want to write down. Looking at the asking price. You might want to do a bit of research. Could you find it cheaper on another website or in another shop? Look if it is being sold as part of a set. So, we're going to look at how to be a critical consumer, and that is, can you think of any reason why people might choose a deal that actually ends up being more expensive? Let's compare these 2. We looked at the mobile phones. This one was ours for $500. This one was ours for just £35 a month, but we had to have a 24-month contract. Hopefully you worked out that that is a 2-year contract. 12 months in 1 year, double it to get 24 months. Thinking about what you know about wages and income, as well as what we have learnt about financial risk, can you suggest any reasons why people might want to choose a product that is actually more expensive? Well, the answer is a smaller monthly cost may suit people's budget rather than having one big expensive item to buy. This is a personal choice, but it is always important to consider the full cost when comparing products. Hopefully, you worked out that while this mobile phone costs £500, this actual phone costs substantially more. If you want to work out how much more, make sure you do £35 times 24 months. Pause the video now if you haven't already worked out how much this phone would actually cost you. So how do manufacturers and retailers try to influence the way we spend our money? How can we be critical consumers? We're back to our original big questions. Hopefully, you now understand how retailers try to influence your spending, and you can explain some of the ways retailers try to influence your spending, and you know what it means to be a critical consumer. We hope this PSHE lesson will really help you when it comes to buying your own stuff, either now or in the future, because as you get older and you are in control of more money, you will need to make wise decisions in order to get the best items for your money. But it's not just about getting the best things, it's about thinking about what impact your item has on the environment, what impact your item might have on the people who made it, and most of all, do you really need it? Until next time, Year 5s, take care, and I hope you enjoy today's lesson.